Scouts Honor. 215 Acid Rain. 222 Silent but Deadly. 24 is Demon Cat. 27 Chicken Fried Skate. 321 is Princess Leia. 338 Terrorizer. 39 is the Flaming Diva, your captain. 46 Gear Shift. Number 6 is Bug. Last but never least, number 9, Helen Wheels. Put your hands together for the Southside Revolution. Rivals.
Good afternoon and welcome to Game 4 of 2024's Bridge City Riot. My name is Omnomnomnivore, and I am joined on the mic this afternoon. I am so excited by Coach Rodent.
Hi. I'm so excited to be here.
It is stellar. So we are just finishing our roster read-downs here on the track before we get started. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I saw the second half of the Southside Revolution game just before the Petals game earlier, and they put on a good show.
It should be a very well-matched game. So we've got Southside Revolution in black and the West Coast Junior Knockouts in white. West Coast Junior Knockouts from Ventura. Just kidding. I had this all written down. Here we go. Well, now I'm going to have to Google things.
They're wearing a really great pink, so wherever pink is from.
I'm already messing things up, and we just started. West Coast Junior Knockouts are from Ventura.
All right.
Southside Revolution's from Seattle. There we go. Okay. So here we are in Jam 1 of Period 1, and it looks like we've got
the Flaming Diva.
Flaming Diva is going to be jamming for Southside up against number 10. That is Cinderella from the West Coast Junior Knockouts. In the earlier game, Southside was wearing white, so it's going to take a second for me to reconfigure my brain. There's our whistle.
Whoa, beautiful hit right off the beginning. Lead jammer goes to Southside.
Oh, and another huge hit over there at the apex on Cinderella, forcing her to the outside. Flaming Diva coming back around, looking to score points. Meanwhile, we have a direction penalty being called on number 321 of Southside. That's Princess Leia. That will be the first person to take a seat in that Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box. Julie DeLuca says, Rodent, heart, heart, heart.
Love you back, Julie.
Rodent told me just this week that she would love the opportunity to announce. So when the opportunity arose today, I knew exactly who I was going to tap, and I am so thankful that she said yes. Meanwhile, Ace Smash Crasher and Grim Reaper are both jamming this jam. Ace Smash Crasher at the top of the pack. Couple of different penalties being called here.
Yeah, we've got a full box of Southside over there.
Looks like we had a contact penalty and a pack destruction, I believe.
And a star pass to Silent but Deadly.
That is a two-town cider star pass. Neither team putting any points up this last jam.
But this is going to be a very powerful start for Westside.
Yes, there's only... Yes, Silent but Deadly getting a lot of cheering going on as the only Southside blocker on the track. Setting up to play some beautiful offense right off the line. Sam I Slam out as lead for West Coast. Quesadilla, meanwhile, trying the outside, not finding any traction. Cinderella headed to the penalty box on a forearm. Number 11, Rapunzel, also headed to the penalty box.
Having a reversal here, we've got Quesadilla in a power jam, and so much of West Coast in the penalty box.
Say My Slam through on a star stash. Everybody's set up and waiting. Quesadilla coming back around. Southside trying to sweep, but West Coast Derby Knockouts just move the pack forward. We have no lead jammer, so the jam will go the full 2 minutes. Number 24 on the Rivals is taking a seat in that Rebel Heart Therapy box for a direction.
There we go, break out of that scrum from Semi Slam. Putting up some points. 30 more seconds. See what they can make of it.
There we go, Quesadilla through.
Ooh, a star stash, so only 3 points for that scoring pass.
Thank you for pointing that out. I don't know if that's something that I knew previously. Both jammers trying to go through the same opening. Silent but deadly, the last to beat for Semi Slam. Semi Slam able to pick up a full 4, and that was a nearly neutral jam between the two teams, with 7 points put up for Southside and 8 put up for the West Coast Derby Knockouts.
That has to feel good for Southside, having started with 3 people in the penalty box.
Right?
That's only losing 1 point net. That feels pretty good, I bet.
So if you're watching from home, go ahead and let us know who you're cheering for, skater or team. Love to give a shout out. Flaming Diva and Cinderella both wearing the stars. Cinderella quickly to the top, out as lead jammer for West Coast. There's a low block. Yep.
Oh, and that's the Flaming Diva going to the Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box
on a forearm.
forearm.
That is going to leave Cinderella in a power jam. Southside needs to do their best to have a really good power kill here. Tiger Lily and company set up really nicely to receive Cinderella. Beautiful offense, I believe, by number 95.
Yeah, that was an excellent
That's
sweep.
Captain Lightning McQuinn. Great track awareness there. The Derby Knockouts were set up in the back to try and hold Southside from gaining any points there, but then they saw the jammer come out of the box and knew that they had to move to the front.
Quick call off, but no points for the knockouts on that last scoring pass.
But a beautiful jam nonetheless. 16 points put up for the Derby Knockouts and holding Southside scoreless.
Well done.
Jamming in this jam, we've got number 13, that's Grim Reaper for the West Coast Junior Knockouts, up against, I believe, Ace Smash Crasher for Southside. Number 24, Demon Cat, with a nice block, blocking down the outside lane there. We have a attempted star pass. There we go. There's our Two Towns Cider star pass on Southside Revolution from Ace Smash Crasher to Silent but Deadly.
Grim Reaper's going to call that off, not attempt another hit. 4 points for the jam. I might have coached them to go for it, but I get greedy sometimes.
I think I would have coached them to go for it.
1 more point.
Well, if you thought that you had the opportunity to get the 4 since they had just gotten out on initial, why not go for it?
Maybe.
Silent but Deadly and Sam I Slam both wearing the stars. Sam I Slam with one to beat. Sam I Slam already playing such an amazing game. Silent but Deadly right around number 112. That's Slamby. So about half a track behind. Sam I Slam trying to call it off, but getting called on a cut track first. This jam will go the full 2 minutes. Silent but Deadly, no pass, no penalty, as Slamby gets called on a penalty and heads to that penalty box. I was calling it the therapy box earlier.
Everybody needs some therapy.
It's just what my brain turned it into.
Oh, great footwork.
Nice
Silent but
spin
Deadly's
around. Yep, around Nikki Jams there at the end.
Southside playing some passive offense here, but it's working. Coming in, hit. Well done.
Just breaking up that pod. Sam I Slam back on the track. Thought was going to go for the apex. Thought better of it at the end. Oh, big hit.
I think that is gear shift. Gear shift is making mincemeat of everybody out there. So strong.
Silent but Deadly picking up 4. Sam I Slam still with 0 points on the board for West Coast. Getting hit briefly to the inside. Silent but Deadly through. Southside really doing a good job of holding Sam I Slam there in turn 3.
Tiger Lily standing in the box, but it looks like they are going to be iced to the next jam.
So slight pack advantage does go to the team in white, the West Coast Junior Knockouts. Flaming Diva once again jamming for Southside. Up against number 10 for West Coast Derby Knockouts, that's Cinderella.
Fist bumps on the jam line. I like to see that.
Derby's one of the happiest sports I've ever been a part of. Lightning McQuinn just finding people to sit on.
I love to see jammers playing offense on each other, defense on each other. Don't always get the chance, and I like when they take it.
Okay, both teams with 5 on the track, setting up on that Jam on Hawthorne jammer line. A Smash Crasher and Grim Reaper both wearing the stars. A Smash Crasher working straight up the middle. Grim Reaper trying to get around people, just not able to do it. Hit to the inside. Riled up, headed to the penalty box on a direction. Neither team has moved past the pivot line. We're 30 seconds into the jam. Huge hit to the inside by number 13 there. Sorry, that is Grim Reaper. A Smash Crasher about quarter track, third of track behind.
Yeah, that cover from Tiger Lily might have been good enough. Jam ref is consulting with the OPR to see what they saw. All right, 2 points for West Coast Knockout on that pass.
First impressions of the game, we've got 2 very well-matched teams, both in jammer and in defense. You know, the fact that we're so close at 33-34 and still so low scoring, 12 minutes into the game, gives me good feelings.
Yeah.
It's going to be exciting all the way through. Princess Leia and Sam I Slam jamming. Princess Leia will be our lead jammer. Sam I Slam stuck, looking for some offense and receiving it.
Doing a great job to save that fallout with one hand down. Ooh, but getting a forearm penalty. So this will be a power jam for Princess Leia.
Again, team is setting up to sweep. But the West Coast Derby knockouts are really adept at avoiding that sweep. They just skate forward. Again, I don't know if I would have hung my team back that much when the opportunity for points was on the board there, especially in a power jam, but
they got the 4, called it off. It's a nice move. That's going to ice Semi-Slam in the Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box.
For just a few more seconds.
This is where, as a coach, I remind them, you can still be lead. You can still be lead out of the penalty box.
Heck yes, they can still be lead.
Standing already.
Flaming Diva hit to the inside. West Coast just not letting Flaming Diva capitalize on the power jam situation here. Semi-Slam coming right in and trying to get through. There's an illegal contact on Semi-Slam and a multiplayer called on.
I can't see.
I don't know.
Here.
Well, I thought it was going to pop up on my penalty tracker, and it just isn't.
Flaming Diva is finally out and is your lead jammer for Southside.
Pack speeds up a little bit. Flaming Diva allowed, or just able to move through it effortlessly, picking up those 4 and calling it, while Semi-Slam is still sitting in the box. And it looks like the other West Coast Junior Knockout skater in the box is Thrasher Crasher and is in there for an illegal contact penalty.
I'm really interested in this Southside power start formation. We're getting to see it twice in a row, unfortunately for West Coast Knockout. But one of the things I love about these tournaments where we get teams from all over the place playing is we get to see kind of all the different strategies that different people run and what works for them. This is kind of what's so fun about roller derby. In some ways we get really isolated and insular and we play a lot of the same plays over and over here at Rose City, and all of a sudden we get gangs in from out of town. It's like, ooh.
I'm going to try that next time.
This goes.
And it looks like we have had a team timeout called on the track by Southside. That means it's a Deb Counts Tabor and Welcome to PDX timeout. Let Deb Counts Tabor bring you home at Welcome to PDX. Okay, so pack advantage is definitely going to go to Southside this time since we've got 2 in the box. I guess kind of the nice part though is that it's not 2 blockers, so they are able to have a full tripod available to theoretically slow down Princess Leia, except the rest of the team there said, nope, we're going to go ahead and get Princess Leia out.
It was different that time. That was fun to watch. They just smashed there.
Pack is speeding up. Princess Leia able to just get around it. Everybody now back on the track. Semi-Slam immediately with the cap off, looking to pass it. However, the pivot's playing super, super far forward. Semi-Slam moved to the inside multiple times here.
Oh, here comes Riled Up. There's our pivot dropping back.
Riled Up looking for the cap. 2:15 there, doing, that's Acid Rain, doing a great job of keeping Semi-Slam away from the pivot. But there's our 2-down-sider star pass from Semi-Slam to Riled Up.
Riled Up is now going to find themselves in a power jam.
And our jam will go the full 2 minutes since Princess Leia just took a seat in that Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box on a low block. But we're going to do the jammer swap.
Looked like that was a back block for Riled Up coming into the pack.
It was, in fact, a back block. Very high penalty game so far. And only halfway through period 1.
One of the things you do have to allow for in a tournament situation is that everybody has played roller derby already.
Yes, we've got tired legs and we've got, tired brains. And one of these teams only had 2 hours between one game between their last game. So really didn't get the benefit of a 2-game rejuvenation period or 2-game break. After this game is our last game of the day, and that's going to see the Seattle Derby Brats take on our national team, or Rosebud's national travel team. That should be a lot of fun.
3 blockers in the box for Southside at the start of this jam.
And it is Southside who only had the 2-hour break between their games.
Yeah, that is rough, but let's see what they can make of it.
Cinderella is our lead jammer. Flaming Diva is jamming for Southside. Flaming Diva actually joining the pack there because they are down blockers. So Flaming Diva looking to catch Cinderella here. That was almost a direction. That was a really interesting but also very strategic play. Don't have enough blockers, become one yourself.
Yeah. Slow that other jammer down. And it managed to be the distraction that they needed to get out. Flaming Diva is scoring now.
Cinderella blowing right past Quesadelia. Getting hung up on number 215. That is Acid Rain again. Flaming Diva looking for pivot 007. Quesadelia.
Oh, it looks like that was a Two-Town Cider House star pass.
Sure was. Cinderella, meanwhile, with a little apex jump there to get through. Going ahead and calling it off.
And that's a pretty smart move.
There we go. There is a lead change. The West Coast Knockouts now up by a single point over Southside Revolution rivals.
The Southside jammer already had all 4 of those points and was getting recycled again, so pass it to the pivot and let them go score a different 4 points.
Princess Leia up against Killer Kiwi. First jam for Killer Kiwi wearing the star.
Killer Kiwi is my new favorite derby name. Just decided.
There's a Kangarooby who's playing that I really love too. Not in this game, but we have no lead jammer yet, but now we do. It is Killer Kiwi. 008 headed to the penalty box for the rivals on a multiplayer.
And Killer Kiwi around for a quick 4 points.
Number 18 on the West Coast Knockouts, that is Maddie Hatter headed to the penalty box on a forearm. Killer Kiwi getting those hips around those Southside skaters. Princess Leia through on initial. Killer Kiwi has an opportunity to call it off.
It's a good choice. Icing one of the Southside blockers in the penalty box. So it's going to be 3 blockers for each team.
This jam is going to see Quesadelia taking on Grim Reaper. Quesadelia hit to the outside.
Oh, no pack.
There is no pack. We're going to get a destruction. Yep. I believe that's 2 destruction penalties. Well, 1 was an illegal contact. Oh, and there we go. 2 pack destructions.
Oh boy.
And another person headed to the penalty box. And another one.
Oh boy.
There's very few people on the track right now.
I think Grim Reaper is gonna have to keep roller skating for a while to clear out some of those penalties.
So 317 went on a low block. That's riled up. And then 55, Bridge Burner in on an unknown penalty. Okay, we've got almost everybody out so far. It looks like somebody's trying to be recalled into the penalty box.
I think that is the pivot for West Coast.
I think they're waiting for, oh, there we go.
Just
Riled
waiting
up.
for a seat to sit in.
More penalties. They're going to have to slow it down in the second half here, or we're going to risk some expulsions pretty quick. So that was number 39, I do believe. It's Rip Curler on a direction.
Ten more seconds. Safe and clean, everybody.
Grim Reaper could call the jam off. She is lead. There we go.
Full 2 minutes. Whew, that was a lot of roller derby.
Manuel, let's go West Coast. Heck yes. West Coast is doing work down there. Score of 86 to Southside 73.
But you were right from the get-go. This is a very tight, very competitive game. I love it.
Really makes for fun watching and fun announcing, because everybody's doing such wonderful stuff. Flaming Diva and Killer Kiwi both wearing the stars. We have a back block already being called on Flaming Diva. That's going to send Diva to the penalty box, leaving Killer Kiwi in a power jam. One to beat up at the top of the pack. That's silent but deadly. Killer Kiwi out, lead jammer.
Southside reforming at the back. Buy themselves a few more feet to block.
Oh, that's not the penalty I thought was going to get called. Rip Curler headed to the penalty box on a direction. Killer Kiwi coming back around. Beautiful flipping by those Southside blockers to go from front facing to just being a butt. It's just so effective.
Flaming Diva back out of the Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box, making contact with the tripod. Could hear that hit from here.
And saw the reverberation through the tripod. Killer Kiwi doing their best to run that score up, but going ahead and calling it off right after the star pass to Silent But Deadly.
That was some beautiful footwork from Silent But Deadly.
We have a timeout being called for West Coast, I believe, and that means it's a welcome to PDX and Deb Counts Tabor timeout. Let Deb Counts Tabor bring you home as the official realtor of the Rose City Rollers. If you're watching at home, go ahead and let us know who you're cheering for, team or skater. We love our stream to be interactive as much as possible. And if you're sitting at home, you can help make our sponsors happy by snapping, posting, and tagging hashtag RCR sponsor, and you could win VIP tickets to one of our games. Or if coming to a game isn't in your future, then check out rosecityrollers.com /shop, I believe. Yep. And we've had a bunch of new merch drop. It's a perfect weekend for picking up merch from your favorite teams. "36 penalties have been called so far in the first half.
5 minutes. No more penalties. Let's do it. Safe and clean, everybody. Safe and clean.
Cinderella choosing to have a little bit of a run up there. And meeting Terrorize Her, who was just an incredibly skilled blocker in the first game that Southside played. and is showing again exactly how skilled they are. Ace Smash Crasher up at the top of the pack, working against all 4 West Coast blockers. Escorted to the outside very gently. What is an E penalty? A leg block.
Oh, yeah. It's when you hit someone with your legs.
So what's the difference between a leg block and a low block?
The leg block does not have to necessarily low block the person.
Okay.
I think
So you could technically high block somebody with
not
your
a
leg?
Yeah. I mean, if for some reason you like kicked someone in the stomach, that would still be a leg block. I would say that's probably very rare, and that's why we don't see the E very much.
Sure.
I'm not a ref. We'll have to ask someone who knows more about the nuances of those rules, how that happened.
Grim Reaper through very quickly, picking up lead jammer for West Coast. Flaming Diva trying the inside and just not getting very far.
West Coast has that apex locked down. Ooh, but a pair of penalties after it. Oh, bummer.
Number 55 is Bridge Burner, and 317 is Riled Up. Looks like we've got a head block. Just kidding, it's now an A, so it's a high block. Grim Reaper getting coaching from the bench to go ahead and call it off, which she does. But not before 4 points is put up by both teams. So 317 is our first skater riled up who's really in penalty trouble at 5 penalties. Well, looks like maybe we have a new jammer here. Oh no, it's just Killer Kiwi again. Ace Smash Crasher quickly to the top of the pack with just 2 up there. That's Rapunzel.
Wow, doing great work, just the 2 of them holding down.
I'm surprised that
Ace
wasn't a
Smash
direction.
Crasher.
And number 18, so that is Maddie Hatter. 321 headed to the penalty box on a low block.
But Ace Smash Crasher comes out as your lead jammer.
And we have Kiwi Killer, or Killer Kiwi has the star cap off, looking for the pivot, and we do have a 2-town sider star pass to Rapunzel. Rapunzel falling, but able to stay in bounds. Is Ace Smash Crasher going to get through and call it? Yes. West Coast Knockouts have really lengthened their lead over Southside. Now about 21 points separating the 2 teams, which is really just one good jam.
Which is really one good jam.
I always love looking at what the juniors write on their bodies as little messages to everybody. And Cinderella here has "I heart mom" on her left thigh. Somebody just fell right on somebody else's skate. That does not feel good. Flaming Diva now lead jammer. Cinderella able to move all the way to the inside and get through. Diva recycled by number 03. That's Tiki Torture. Both jammers kind of stuck there in turn 1. There's the cut track. Oof. Cinderella taking a seat in that Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box. Flaming Diva in a power jam. Southside set up again for that sweep that they are so good at.
Oh man, that jammer didn't even touch anybody.
Flaming Diva coming back around. Will Southside be able to do it again, or West Coast is going to resist it this time and say, no, we're going to bump up. There is a low block there. Oh, actually just illegal contact.
Right in that moment of no pack.
Cinderella back on the track, spinning around Grim Reaper. Just kidding, Tiger Lily. And I do not think we're going to get another jam in this half since we've got 30 seconds between jams. That is going to run out our period clock. But I'll wait for them to make it official down there. There it is. So here we are at intermission. We've got a score of 97 Southside Revolution and 106 West Coast Knockout. Rodent and I are going to go refill our drinks and stretch our legs, and we'll see you back here in about 15 minutes.
See ya.
please come down now. Don't be scared, I only wanna help you down. Throw down the ladder, I'll climb up the tree. Find your feet, follow me. Take your time, there's no rush. Pace yourself, just focus on the two of us. Fight back your worry, I'll show you the way. Lean on me, you know it's gonna be okay. If I do, you can do it too, try to. You can do it just like me. First foot down on the count of three, 'cause if I do, you can do it too, try to. You can do it just like me. Sun's gone west, time for bed. Take my hand, don't look over the edge. Give me your troubles, I won't let you fall. I won't let you fall. Step by step, we gon' make it through the door. If I do, you can do it too, try to. You can do it just like me. First foot down on the count of three, 'cause if I do, you can do it too, try to. You can do it just like me. If I do, you can do it too, try to. You can do it just like me. First foot down on the count of three, 'cause if I do, you can do it too, try to. You can do it just like me. If I do, you can do it too, try to. You can do it just like me. First foot down on the count of three, 'cause if I do, you can do it too, try to. You can do it just like me.
Good afternoon and welcome back to the second half of Game 4 here at 2024's Bridge City Riot. As a little bit of a wrap up or recap from the first half, we've got a score of Southside Revolution Rivals 97 to the West Coast Knockouts 106. Penalties, Rivals are sitting at 18 while West Coast are sitting at 25. Got a couple of skaters who might be in a little bit of penalty trouble, but we'll see if things settle down a little bit in the second half.
Yeah, we'll hope everybody had a good halftime, shook it all off, and they're ready to buckle down and play some good, clean roller derby in this second half. We've got Flaming Diva jamming for Southside, who's out for quick lead jammer.
That is Cinderella jamming for West Coast and still sort of stuck there between the jam and the pivot line. Flaming Diva through, picking up 4 for Southside. Cinderella with 1 to beat. Forced to the inside, but the outside swing did result in a miss. Flaming Diva says, that's enough.
We are back to a 1-point game.
That is amazing.
This has been such a good game, so tight the whole time.
It wasn't long ago that I was like, there's 21 points between the teams now, and now it's all narrowed back down to 1. So this jam we've got, I don't even know, Grim Reaper up against A Smash Crasher. Everybody getting real scrummy there in the middle.
Grim Reaper finding that inside line, lead jammer.
A Smash Crasher with the cap off, and we have a 2-town cider star pass to Silent But Deadly. We'll see if Grim Reaper gets her points and calls it, and there it is. We hope that you stick around for the last game of the evening. It's going to be at 6 p.m., and that's going to see Seattle Derby Brats take on the Rosebuds national travel team. Should be an amazing game to watch. They've all been amazing, but it should be a really amazing game to watch. That's Sami Slam in the white up against Princess Leia in the black. Sami Slam dancing up the outside line for lead jammer.
Such good footwork.
Princess Leia through as well, just as Sami Slam comes back into the back of the pack.
I love to see a tiny skater take on the big ones. That was a perfectly laid hit. 4 points in calling
Sami
it.
Slam is impressive. If I had to choose one word, impressive. The Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box is clear. Flaming Diva coming to the Jam on Hawthorne jam line one more time. Up against Cinderella. Both jammers aggressively moving into the middle of the pack and both out at the same time. Flaming Diva is lead, and she goes ahead and calls it off since it's too much of a race and Cinderella was ahead. Quick 0-0 jam.
It looks like Diva is going to come back and do it all over again.
Try it again.
Got lead and no points. Let's redo.
This time taking on Grim Reaper in white. Flaming Diva looking to repeat what she did in the last jam. Looking for that offensive help from Tiger Lily. Grim Reaper out as lead. We have a 2-town cider star pass to Silent But Deadly. Silent But Deadly is a routine pivot and routinely also gets the star.
Yeah, they executed that star pass very quickly and cleverly.
Flaming Diva with a really nice hit there at the end on Grim Reaper, right as Grim called it off.
Just 1 point for that jam.
Love high fives on the jam line. Makes me super happy. This is A Smash Crasher up against Sami Slam. A Smash Crasher right up at turn 1, pushing the pack forward. 1 to beat. A Smash Crasher laying a huge hit on Rapunzel.
Sami Slam just coming out in front for lead jammer there.
Sami Slam looking at the bench and calling it off, not sure that she could grab any points. And with only 10 points between the teams, right now you really have to be very selective about when you're going to go for those points. You don't want to give up more than you get. Flaming Diva. I hope somebody buys Flaming Diva some ice cream later. She has put in the work today.
Doing a lot of work today. And lead right off the get-go.
Cinderella stuck back behind number 215. That's Acid Rain. Tiger Lily, Silent but Deadly. And number 28, I think. It wasn't 28.
We have 2 Southside blockers in the Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box.
One on a contact and one on a low block. Cinderella through, just turning on the afterburners. Flaming Diva hit to the outside and goes ahead and calls it. No points scored by the knockouts on that pass.
Just in time. Leaves those 2 blockers standing in the box, though.
But
They'll
we're
be coming out hot.
down to 2 points again between the two teams. West Coast just barely holding on to that lead, but there has not been a lead change since they got ahead. Oh, nice chase down by number 24. That is Demon Cat. Demon Cat was handing out the hits in the last game. It was beautiful to watch. Oh, beautiful awareness there. Knockouts able to pick up all 4 and call it off, holding Southside scoreless on that jam.
Grim Reaper was calling for that offense, and boy, did she get it. That was beautiful. Really quick 4 points.
I always love watching the second half because it's interesting that you can see what each team talked about during halftime to try and improve their game for the second half. And they just come out with such different gameplay, I feel like. Diva trying to take the outside line, gets escorted out by those West Coast blockers. Sam I Slam is out as lead jammer.
Oh, yeah, blocker cut on number 6'9", Nikki Jams.
And we've got a 2-town sider star pass on Southside to Silent but Deadly. That was a little bit of friendly fire there at the end.
Yeah. It is a back block, but it doesn't count.
It's your own teammate. It's your own teammate.
It's okay, yeah. Everyone tells their jammers, just throw me around, push me wherever you need me to be. I'll be a battering ram for you.
Tiki Torture last minute taking that pivot cap. Lead jammer goes to A Smash Crasher. Cinderella escorted out, but right back on the track. Aggressively attacking that blocker pod to the point that they weren't able to recycle her at all. Cinderella out on initial.
Ooh, a forearm for Maddie Hatter.
So just as they released Nikki Jams, Maddie Hatter's going to go take a seat. Once again, 2 points separating these teams.
Still no serious penalty trouble for any of these players, but wow, this has still been a very high penalty game.
Yeah, they're pretty well spaced out. Flaming Diva almost went for that outside line again. That does seem to be her preferred line. Grim Reaper trying to go up the inside / middle.
Oh, great.
Beautiful job.
Jammer on jammer work there from Grim Reaper to close down that inside line. Ooh, and that was definitely a secret star stash.
It looked like it was going to be a pass, but Riled Up had stepped out of bounds.
It was all Grim Reaper needed to run away with that star.
Semi-slam wearing the star again for West Coast. And it's going to be number 321, Princess Leia on Southside. Semi-slam. Princess Leia will be lead jammer.
Semi-slam out hot on their heels. Let's see what kind of points are incurred here.
Rapunzel in that penalty box right before that whistle blew on a high block.
2 points for Southside.
And we've had a lead change. Southside now up by 4.
They're fighting their way back. This is so good. 4 points. Nothing. 18 minutes to go.
There's our 5 second. And the start of the jam. Flaming Diva and Cinderella. Flaming Diva up to the pivot line.
Someone's got to react. Let's see what happens.
Well, at least everybody reacted.
They called it. Yep.
Previously, we had a bunch of pack destruction penalties. Tiger Lily headed to the penalty box for Southside on a forearm. Flaming Diva pushing hard to get out, picking up a full 4. Cinderella just threw on initial. Flaming Diva was hoping to break through that wall, pick up some quick points and call it, but instead kind of hit the immovable object, called it off with no points. Southside Revolution picked up 5 in that jam, lengthening the lead to a whole 9 points.
A whole 9 points.
Again, fist bumps and smiles. That's going to be Grim Reaper and a Smash Crasher. Lead jammer is going to go to Grim Reaper. Beautiful chase down attempt by number 55. That's Bridge Burner.
Quick hit and a call. 2 points for West Coast knockouts.
Southside picking up 1 there at the end.
Stole a point.
Semi-slam. I feel like Flaming Diva is jamming every other. That's a direction being called on Tiger Lily. Semi-slam just digging deep for some speed there to get around those last couple of Southside blockers. So both teams are really going for this 1-point, 2-point business right now. That's where we are in this game.
When it's a 10-point differential, everyone counts.
Little cheering from down in the stands.
Love to hear that.
Princess Leia and Cinderella both wearing the stars. Cinderella juking around to the outside, will be lead jammer. Princess Leia riding all of those blockers all the way to the line. I do believe there's, it's a multiplayer on Tiki Torture.
Cinderella is in and scoring, but hasn't gotten back out here yet. Colin has all 4.
Oh.
Great.
I did not know
got
they
those
had all
points.
4. That's great.
You got those points. Stop fighting that battle. You've had enough.
Looks like we've got A Smash Crasher jamming for Southside. And Grim Reaper jamming for West Coast.
Oh, watch Pack, watch
beautiful.
Pack.
A Smash Crasher out for lead. We've got a star off.
Oh, but not past. Pivot was hip. Oh!
Lots of forearms being handed out. Tiger Lily now at 6 penalties. A Smash Crasher getting all 4 and calling it off.
I worry about 6 penalties when you've still got 13 minutes left in the game. That is a lot of roller derby.
6 penalties with like 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes. We're probably okay.
You're probably going to be okay.
We've almost got half of a half here. Quarter of the game
a quarter
left.
of a game, yeah. Yeah.
Sami Slam.
Doing a good job of getting Southside moving.
Of breaking them up.
They have to drop a bridge, gets them all spread out. Makes easy work of them up top. Oh, here comes that star pass again. Southside so quick with those star passes.
That was a big hit by Rip Curler there as Sami Slam skated by. And we do have that Two-Town Cider House star pass on Southside to Princess Leia. Timeout being called down on the track. That's a team timeout. For who team? I don't know. But it's a timeout, which means it's a Deb Counts Tabor Welcome PDX timeout. If you're ready to move to Portland, go ahead and give Deb Counts Tabor a call. WelcomePDX.com.
Looks like this timeout is for Southside.
I thought that's where the yelling for the timeout came from, but I wasn't positive.
That's hard to tell. I don't know if you can see it on the live stream, but there's a tiny flashing dot here in the hangar at Oaks Amusement Park, and that's how I know.
Oh, yes.
On our scoreboard has a tiny dot.
They should
tiny
have
flashing dot.
something up in the upper left corner of their screens, but that's always where I look too. Where is the flashing
Where's
dot
the
on
tiny
the
flashing
scoreboard?
dot? Yeah. We haven't done a shout out for all of our tournament officials yet in this game. These folks are skating all day long. Some of them take turns being on skates and off skates officials for the sake of their bodies, but a lot of these people are skating every jam, every lap.
Oh yeah,
Game after game all weekend. They're pros and we really appreciate them.
And today, Derby's happening for like 12 hours.
That's a lot of roller derby.
That is
for
a
the
lot
officials
of roller
too.
derby.
Great scrum down here. Southside is staying back and playing 4D. Gonna let that jammer push out the front. Let's see if it pays off.
Silent but deadly with a nice hit to the outside. But being that packed up, it was hard for anybody to capitalize and run Cinderella back. Southside with lead.
Quick call.
There was a penalty there at the last second.
Yeah, that looks like we have a West Coast blocker in the penalty box for a low block right at the end of that jam.
So slight pack advantage goes to Southside. Some jostling for position there. Princess Leia, or sorry, Grim Reaper and the Flaming Diva both jamming. Another fantastic hit there by Bridge Burner. West Coast setting up to receive Diva. Diva able to get through, pick up all 4, and call it off before the blockers even released.
I like to see those West Coast blockers there. The jammers coming around, and they knew they had a full 5 seconds to have a good conversation about how they were going to set up that tripod. I love to see blockers talking to each other, just having some full-on conversations about what we need to do, making good choices.
Make good choices.
Make good choices, yeah.
Princess Leia and Sam I Slam, both wearing the stars. Princess Leia just getting beat up there. Sam I Slam taking a seat in the penalty box on something. I'll figure it out here in a moment. On a forearm.
West Coast doing a great job of covering those lines. Every time Princess Leia has come up to that line, the blocker takes them right the way over it.
It happened again.
Yeah.
I am curious why there's not more offense being played here. Princess Leia looks like she's having issues. We have a multiplayer being called on number 11, Rapunzel.
But Sam I Slam out of the box and no one was watching.
Princess Leia calls it off.
Whew.
Southside has now extended their lead to 14 points.
I'd agree. I'm seeing Southside do a lot of passive offense in this game, or choosing to play decidedly for defense rather than sending an offensive player. And that moment where they really all went and played that was the moment their jammer got out. It really makes a big difference.
Flaming Diva trying to find a way around, but West Coast is just jamming up every lane.
Ooh, who are they calling it for?
Diva, I believe.
All right, I think so.
Oh, and a cut track on Cinderella is going to leave Diva as lead jammer in a power jam. Here comes Southside with that amazing offense, with that sweep. They're holding back, letting that pack extend because they know that Diva can push her way up there.
Yep, that
and
is
there
not
we
a
go.
bridge.
Like, it's a tactic, and it works, but man, is it brutal. And that is what I see West Coast do a lot of, is Southside tries for that sweep, and West Coast is just able to just speed up to the front of the pack and avoid the offense. I think Diva got hit in the mouth there right before that last pass.
Yeah, got those points and called it off and said, yeah, I'm done. I'm done with this one.
I don't want to be hit in the face anymore.
Send someone else out to do the next one.
Starting to get a little more color on our penalty board here. Grim Reaper wearing, oh, there we go. We have a timeout. Team timeout. Actually, an official timeout. This timeout brought to you by Welcome to PDX and Deb Counts Tabor, the official realtor of the Rose City Rollers.
The bummer of this timeout is that it looks like blocker 317 riled up for West Coast has fouled out. 2 penalties in that last jam.
Those were late penalties too then.
Send you really quick from 5 to 7.
And so that's a high block and a pack destruction, it looks like. But fouling out with 7 minutes left.
Yeah.
Not,
they'll have to do it all
not
without her.
horrible.
Yeah. She's made a lot of impact on this game, though, and I know they'll miss her.
Riled Up made a huge impact on the game. And probably a good number of those penalties resulted in their team getting out. A smash crasher. Oh, huge hit. Huge hit there. I am so glad that that skater got back up. A smash crasher through, picking up 4. Grim Reaper taking a seat. I think somebody should check on Grim Reaper. But
Yeah,
A smash crasher's
that was
going
a
in a
huge
lead
hit.
jammer.
There's no pack. There's no pack. Someone has to do something.
There we go. Like, let Smash Crasher out.
Yeah, Acid Rain is going to be serving a penalty for a failure to reform just there.
Is that going to put Acid Rain in some trouble here? 2:15. Might send him, oh, nope, they only sent him to 5. Yes, okay. That was a really, really big hit that Grim Reaper took. I'm really glad that the medics are going to go ahead and check her out, and we're going to do a little jammer swap there in the box. That makes me feel better.
Yeah, that's really important. You know, we have these young skaters, and their bodies are so good at bouncing back from so many things that my body does not bounce back from anymore, but it doesn't mean they should have to.
It was a really hard and fast hit.
Yeah, we want to be real safe about this.
So we have Diva in a power jam for just a few seconds, it looks like. Ooh, another really... Oh, choosing to recycle back.
Probably better safe than sorry. The refs are not going to give you any hints about whether or not you need to go back.
They're not, and I see that all the time. The jammer will
Ice
look
cold
at
those
the
faces.
ref.
Yep.
Am I safe?
I'm not giving you any clues.
Killer Kiwi is our jammer this jam. Flaming Diva getting some advice to call it from the bench. 30 points, 34 points now separating these two teams. We have a timeout being called on the knockouts. This timeout brought to you to Deb Counts Tabor, and welcome to PDX, the official realtor of the Rose City Rollers.
Once again, we'd like to thank Dr. Tim Williams, Rose City Sports Medicine partner over there, and all of the...
Okay, it's sort of a last-minute regrouping here with just under 5 minutes left on the game timer there. And we've got a score of Southside Revolution 170 and West Coast Knockouts 136. There we go. Looks like we are just about done with that timeout. And we're going to see A Smash Crasher jamming again up against Cinderella. There's the wrap up. I feel like some of these skaters have been out every jam or every other jam.
Yeah, this is a lot of work they are doing, especially for game 2 of the day.
Nice suck back there by Southside to keep Cinderella on the other side of that jam on Hawthorne jammer line. Silent but deadly acting as a bridge, maintaining pack.
Feel like she's been taking that role a lot of times. It's just being there to be the catcher
and the pivot.
And the pivot and
So number 2 on the West Coast Junior Knockouts, Thrasher Crasher headed to the penalty box.
Cinderella was able to just dodge that hit really quickly and get lead jammer. See what they can make of it.
I thought 2:15 was crying. Acid Rain on the way to the box. I think they're just laughing.
You know, we are just playing wheelie sports out here, right? It's very intense, but also it's a little bit silly sometimes.
Cinderella coming back around, capitalizing on a really strung out pack, picking up 4 points. We've got a two-town cider star pass to Silent but Deadly. That amazing pivot on Southside Revolution.
Cinderella's gonna run this. and get some more points.
They need the points. So Sindohela is really relying on the defensive capabilities of her team to hold Silent but Deadly from pulling any more points.
They cleared the penalty box. That makes a difference too. And there's the call.
Both of these teams evidently are very tired.
Yeah.
I can see some of the exhaustion there where it's just like, I could keep pushing, but I'm going to call it off.
Yeah.
It just feels better to do that.
But so impressed with the athleticism
Oh my
by
goodness.
these skaters, especially considering how much work they are doing today.
Fortunately, both teams are done for the day after this game.
Hope everyone
And only 24
sleeps well
points.
tonight.
Yeah, and only 24 points separating the two teams. Again, that's one good jam. And if you're going to have somebody do it, it's going to be Sami Slam. Demon Cat jamming for the first time for Southside. Sami Slam with some really quick feet there.
And it looks like we have a star pass. Yeah, there we go.
Sure do. To Princess Leia. Sami Slam going ahead and calling it off. Picking up 3 points first.
And a timeout for West Coast Knockout.
We're going to go through all of our timeouts. As a reminder, that's, even though I'm sure you've heard me say it a million times today, it is a Deb Counts Tabor welcome to PDX timeout. Deb Counts Tabor, the official realtor of the Rose City Rollers. 2 minutes, just over 2 minutes left in the game, and we've got 43 penalties for the West Coast Knockouts to 25 on the Rivals. Rivals have 2 in danger in the orange zone with 6 penalties. West Coast has 3 in the yellow with 5. And we've got 1 blocker in the box for West Coast Knockouts.
As a new coach, I'm still learning a lot about making these good use of time choices about when to stop the clock, have everyone take a breather, make sure we go into these last few jams in a really good headspace.
Strong and confident.
Make sure everyone is relaxed, focused on the right things.
Killer Kiwi and Flaming Diva both wearing the stars.
Princess Leia playing some great offense there. Love to see that. But it's Killer Kiwi who's your lead jammer.
Flaming Diva only about 10 feet behind and closing quickly. Oh, almost. Diva just barely going out of bounds.
Jumping the straightaway
Dropping the
there.
straightaway.
That is some evangelical nonsense there. Not everyone jumps the straightaway.
Number
Props, Diva.
13 on the Rivals. Tiger Lily fouling out with that last forearm. Again, with 90 seconds left in the game. Not hugely impactful. Looks like we will have 1, maybe 2 more jams. Probably 1. You're the best, thank you.
If you're not excited yet for Game 5 of this big day of roller derby, just day 1 of Bridge City Riot.
Tomorrow we have 4 more games. And now we have our final timeout by Southside Revolution Rivals. All that's left are 2 official reviews, which can be used as a timeout.
We've got Gear Shift subbed into the box now because of that foul out. So they're starting with 3 blockers on the track for Southside.
And while I know the answer, I'm going to ask it anyways. For those who might be viewing the stream and may not know, if a skater fouls out, that just affects a single game, right? It does not affect their play in the rest of the tournament.
I believe so.
Yeah, I think it's just a 1-game thing.
I now am in this awkward position of knowing so much about soccer that I know how it would go in soccer, and I don't know how that necessarily goes in roller derby.
I'm
I believe
95% sure it is just a one. It's just a one-game thing.
it's a one-game thing. You're out for this game. You've had enough. Take a break. We'll see you tomorrow.
56 minutes left on, or 56 seconds left on the period clock, and we've got Flaming Diva and Sami Slam. An amazing jammer matchup this late in the game. There's a high block being called on Lightning McQuinn.
All right, and Flaming Diva is your lead jammer, has control of this jam.
So as long as Diva stays in it, all she needs to do is run out the period clock and then call it, and Southside will win. Sami Slam can even score a couple of points and it's going to be fine. Flaming Diva putting 4 up.
All right, Sami Slam out of that pack. Going to go threaten to score those points at very least.
Okay, there we go. And that is the end. Called off right at the last second, literally. We have an unofficial score of Southside Revolution Rifles 186 to the West Coast Knockouts 161. Rodent, that was an amazing game.
Thank you for inviting me to join you, Amna.
You are welcome whenever you want to come up here.
Such a pleasure to watch roller derby, to watch all of these wonderful young skaters. Everybody stick around
For game
Rose
number 5.
City Rosebuds All-Stars are up next playing Seattle Derby Brats.
Awesome. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in, and we'll see you in about half an hour.